Well, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another TravelMole, Virtually Yours travel show expert panel. And I couldn't wish for a group of more interesting people than the people I now have on the call. They're all representing and are from pure Michigan. If you've never been to Michigan, make it so. So I have Kelly, I have Tim from Mackinac Island. Kelly's from pure Michigan. I have Jennifer from Detroit. And I also have Yolanda, who is pure Michigan, here in the UK. So let me start off with you, Kelly. We're still in it. We're hopefully coming out of it very shortly, but we're in a pandemic. How has pure Michigan handled it? How's Michigan, from a tourism perspective, handled the crisis so far?
Thank you, Graham. And as you know, there's so much pent-up demand for travel and really the longing with family and friends to connect once again. And the Michigan travel industry has done a phenomenal job in keeping the travelers safe and created the Pure Michigan Pledge to showcase the commitment of the travel industry in maintaining the safety protocols, but also to provide an education for the traveler as well, since protocols are different from state to state, and it provides that outline of what you can expect to experience when you come to Pure Michigan.
Excellent. Now, Jen, you're represented Detroit. Detroit is obviously a buzzy city with lots going on, lots of events, lots of music, lots of big hotels, lots of museums. You know, it's a very, very vibrant, lots of sports going on, very vibrant city. It must have hit Detroit probably harder than lots of other areas, hasn't it?
Yeah, Graham, thank you for having me today. And I am going to agree with that statement. You know, as the biggest city in the state of Michigan, COVID hit our city particularly hard. We've a lot of our businesses have suffered over the past year, from hotels to restaurants to bars. With our we have the very big concentration of population in our area. So yes. On that side, we have been greatly affected, but we're starting to come out of things right now. Our restrictions, bars and restaurants are 50%. So you can go into a bar, you can go into a restaurant, you can sit down and enjoy a drink with your friends. Masks are required until you start eating or drinking at your table. There is limited number of people at tables as well. So there's lots of restrictions that are still in place, but you can still come to a big city like Detroit, have a good time. As we are open, we're welcoming visitors from all over the world that want to come visit us. We really would love to see folks start to travel again and come see us in Michigan.
Excellent. Now, Tim, you represent the other type of tourism from Michigan. You're completely different from Detroit, from Mackinac Island. Perhaps you can just briefly, for people who don't know where Mackinac Island is, first of all, tell me what it's like, or where it is. Tell me what it's like, and what sort of visitors are you attracting right now?
Sure. Well, Graham, thanks for having me on as well. It's a pleasure to be on this panel. Mackinac Island is located in between our two peninsulas, between the upper peninsula, what we call, and our lower peninsula. And we're in the Straits of Mackinac, right where Lake Michigan and Lake Huron meet. So we're a little island about 8.2 miles in circumference, and we are a national landmark. We are an island with no automobiles. We are charming Victorian, turn of the last century type of a destination, 83% state park, and so a lot of outdoor options. So the type of people that come to Mackinac Island during the pandemic are families, road trips and families. And we were quite fortunate, I hate to say, timing wise with everything as far as how we opened last year. We're only open 6 months. We're open from May until November. So the timing of everything worked out. We finally got open last year around June 15th or so. And once we opened, people came in droves. And that gave us time, Graham, to do things carefully. It gave us time to put in the safety protocol. It gave us time to put in signage downtown. It gave us time to put in the hand sanitizers throughout the downtown area, and all of our businesses, hotels, shops, restaurants, gave them time to put in the appropriate PPE. So we've been quite fortunate in Mackinac. It's just a total contrast to our bigger cities in the southern part of the state.
Good. Now, Yolanda, you represent and you are Pure Michigan in the United Kingdom. Needless to say, there's been no travel to America from the United Kingdom and vice versa for over a year now. But are you still getting inquiries? Is Michigan still something that people are asking about and wanting to go to?
Well, thank you, Graham, for organising this panel this afternoon for my Michigan friends over there. Yes, we have been receiving a number of inquiries from consumers. We have the Pure Michigan website, michigan.org, and we receive a number of consumer inquiries on a weekly basis, of which we then send brochures out, because people still like to have hard copy brochures and maps of the state for when they're doing their fly drive tour. But I think we're also blessed that we have still a direct flight from London with Delta Airlines directly into Detroit. And I think the international traveller will like that direct flight. There's no interchanging, which is great. So they are family. They haven't got to worry about connecting up with more people, more airports. So it's straight in. They can collect a car from the airport. And they don't need to go close to a city or big people, big groups of people. They could go literally out into the state and into the national parks. For those people that want to go downtown into Detroit, and like Jennifer said, they've prepared the city for welcoming those visitors back. So I think it's got something for everyone. The date of the flight of relaunching from Heathrow into Detroit hasn't been set yet. Delta are still waiting to hear from the UK government and US government when they can actually start flying again. But they have done a phenomenal job, Delta Airlines, of cleansing their aircraft, taking out the middle seats, so allowing people to have that extra space. And I think also the pricing of those flights for international travellers are going to be really competitive when they first start out. I think it's going to be a really great option for people to get on that flight and get into the USA. We are receiving inquiries from tour operators of expanding itineraries, and Michigan is definitely on the list. And as they're part of the Great Lakes region, people can then drive into other states too. So it's a massive opportunity to explore the region, good value, and Michigan really does have an awful lot of space, and I think that's something that people are really going to be looking after, or looking for, should I say?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the concept of a middle seat actually, where I normally am on the aircraft, but there you go.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky you.
Kelly, let's move on. Everybody's very confident, with the vaccines and everything, that we are moving out of this pandemic pretty rapidly. The US and the UK and a lot of Europe are well ahead of the game in terms of vaccines. Have you had to change your product mix as far as marketing is concerned? That, emphasizing a lot of the open space. I mean, as you know, I'm fairly familiar with the state, and it has so much. It goes from a Detroit to an Ann Arbor to a Mackinac Island and everything in between, plus lots of good golf, surprisingly, and good music. But have you tried to change at all the emphasis on certain products in terms of both domestic market and international?
Well, not really, Graham, because, Michigan is all about road trips and outdoor spaces. The summer travel opportunities are endless in Michigan, and it's really things that we've promoted all along about our great state. We're two peninsulas and we're surrounded by the Great Lakes, and we're home to the nation's longest freshwater coastline, which provides, long, comfortable summer temperatures. There are more than 11,000 freshwater inland lakes, making Michigan a premier beach destination with some really quaint beach towns dotting our coastline. And as you know, Michigan is referred to as a trail state because we have 13,000 miles of trails for hiking, biking, equestrian, and just some really beautiful water trails for kayaking or canoeing along with some stunning national parks, as Yolanda had mentioned, and spectacular dark skies. And last summer, really, we saw a huge boom in golf, and that's something that we typically promote as part of our marketing plan and will continue doing. It was hugely popular due to the pandemic last year, and that's expected to continue in 2021. Michigan has the most public golf courses in the country and is the best state in the Midwest for golf trips, stay and play. So, to answer your question, we will continue to promote all of the beautiful, wonderful assets that we have in the past years for Pure Michigan, because it really is set up beautifully in Michigan to distance and to really enjoy the outdoors and reconnect with your family and friends.
Cool. Jen, as far as Detroit is concerned, are people getting, you and your colleagues getting excited about, it won't be long now, we will, the Virgin flight or the Delta flight will be coming from the UK. Other international flights will be piling in. People will be free to move. We'll be able to free up our, our marketing, our imagination, our big events, and that's really what we're looking for now, isn't it? It's not looking back now, it's looking forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. In Detroit, we're already looking forward to some events coming back this summer, and new events that have sort of reinvented themselves due to the pandemic. Every year we still are the home of the North American International Auto Show, but again, for 2021, that show is not happening. So we've kind of created a new car festival called Motor Bella that will be happening in August. It's an outdoor car festival that is spread throughout the city. We've sort of taken it as an opportunity to see how we can maybe do things a little bit different. And that's just one example. We have got concerts. I think I heard like 4 or 5 concert announcements just today of concerts that will be coming back into the city. If you're a sports fan, you can come into town and see the Detroit Tigers play. The stadium is open. Right now they do have capacities, but it is an outdoor open air stadium. So we're just trying to reimagine while we have amazing venues like Motown, the Detroit Institute of Arts, the Henry Ford Museum, which are all indoor experiences, which all have taken safety protocols for COVID and have capacity limits and things like that. We really try and push our outdoor things, from biking along our beautiful riverfront, where when you look across, you see another country, you look at Canada, to dining outdoors, taking art tours and seeing some of the beautiful street art that all throughout the city. So we're excited. We're looking forward to a busy season, and it's already starting to kick off. The Grand Prix is actually in just a week and a half from now, next 2 weeks. We'll be hosting the Detroit Grand Prix outdoor car racing event on Belle Isle, which is a state park. It's on an island in the middle of the city. So we're gearing up for a fun summer. So come visit.
Yeah, it sounds good. Did you know that Detroit is the only city in America where you look south onto Canada?
I did know that. It's been on Jeopardy, but
I know that one. Tim, I presume it's more of the same from a Mackinac Island perspective. The pandemic wouldn't have affected the lovely flowers and the food and the diners and stuff so far, would it?
No, and our lilacs are about a week away from blooming, and we just can't wait. They're the stars of the island for about a month during the month of June. And no, not much has changed for this coming year. We're all ready to go. We're already busy. We're only a month in and so we're really looking forward to a busy summer. And we're going to continue to follow whatever safety protocol is the guidance from either the CDC or our local state of Michigan government. We'll continue to follow that. But what's nice is how quickly all of those changes are coming about, so that there are less protocols moving forward.
Excellent. And finally, Yolanda, from an international perspective, if you look at the marketplace here in the UK, or even extended Europe, you're really looking at people that will have, for visitors to Michigan in the first instance, people that have probably been vaccinated first, probably going to have a bit more disposable income, and might now have the mindset, that the pandemic is over, but life is short. So I want to spend some money and I want to go on holiday and I want to go to see the Tigers. I want to go and see Motown. I want to go and sail on Lake Michigan. I want to run across Mackinac Bridge, which is just behind Kelly at the moment. You know, I want to do all those things. Is that the market? Am I right? That is the market that would be first to come back, really, and therefore places Michigan in a fairly healthy position.
Certainly, because most people that will come, I mean, they will do 16 days, 14, 16, maybe even more days, traveling around the state. So though that demographic that you just said are definitely going to be our visitors. But I also think that the younger demographics are also going to be looking at different places and not necessarily going to be drawn into some of the regular US destinations. So I think that Detroit sits really well for that because of the vibrancy that it has. And then the youngsters, or the youngsters, should I say, the younger traveller, may like to go out up into the national parks and do the hiking, the biking, and then the kayaking. So I think we're sat very well. I think once we start our consumer campaigns again in the UK to drive the traffic and drive the interest again in the state, I think we will stand out from the crowd with some of our campaign branding that we have. So yes, we can't wait to welcome everyone back. I think that once they get over, you see, to the US, I think then they'll continue to want to come over. It's just getting that confidence back so they can travel and to showcase that, you know, the US is as safe as what it is here. So yeah, working really closely. I know that our two governments are working really closely to open those corridors. So keep our fingers crossed, and yeah, we look forward to the UK traveller and Irish traveller indeed.
Indeed, indeed. Last word with you, Kel. The buzz, the atmosphere, the confidence of Pure Michigan as a tourism marketing organisation, I presume that it's getting higher and stronger by the day.
It is. And we're just so excited, you know, to have everyone traveling this summer and everyone planning, everyone going to Michigan.org to look at all the great itineraries and articles and road trips to plan their upcoming trip. But it is exciting. And, you know, we're hearing a lot of buzz out there, the excitement again about the pent up demand of travel. And Pure Michigan is just set up perfectly for that road trip destination. And we're hearing great feedback too of, you know, the reservations coming in. People are planning their trips this summer, making reservations. We're all so longing for those connections with our families and friends once again that we've really missed over the last 14 months.
Good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm sounding like Jim Carrey now. See you later.
Thanks, Graham.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.